More football to talk about. We just had Sean King on a minute ago. We were talking about kind of the best options for Aaron Rodgers, kind of what, decisions he should make. Rob G, if you want to come up, Aaron Rodgers looks like kind of narrowing it down and really to a couple choices for him.
So how come you didn't say he's Rob G? Can you set the table? No.
Nah, cause see how I do him. See, look, even Elijah popped up like, hold on, whoa, wait.
What? Setting the table with the story, is that a problem?
No, but the way you say
it's the way you say it. I don't know.
It's not what you said, is how you say it.
It's
Rob.
slightly condescending.
What do I say? Hey, okay. Rob G, can you set the
Our
table?
able-bodied producer, he could park in a regular parking spot.
Yeah. What else did he call it? Somebody what was short yesterday? You remember he said something too?
Yes. Yeah. So many things. But in any event, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if he really has, whittled his choices down so much as the market has whittled his choices down for him. Seattle got their quarterback, Raiders got their quarterback, the list goes on and on. And now, according to multiple reports, Aaron Rodgers is down to 3 teams. The New York Giants, which has been well reported ever since they lost out on Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. They want a veteran quarterback. Aaron Rodgers already in New York.
They're trying to save their job.
It seems like a natural fit.
They need to not win anything, but they got to be respectable. Like the general manager and the coach. Am I right?
Yep.
Like it's that bad. Like if they go and they get somebody and it doesn't work out and they go 3-14 again, they're all out.
Yeah, this is it.
That's right.
They've been embarrassed multiple times on many fronts.
And behind door number 2, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers have a well-chronicled affinity for one another, and now it looks like
man crush.
Little bromance.
Yes, they do. It looks like Russell Wilson is on the outs. They view him as a backup plan, and they're saying, hey, we just got DK Metcalf. We got George Pickens, Aaron Rodgers. Come to us. And last but not least, this was a little bit of a shocker. According to a few outlets, the Minnesota Vikings, after letting Sam Darnold test the free agent market and leave to Seattle, presumably so they could start J.J. McCarthy, have now said, hey, you know what, Aaron? If you're interested, we might be interested, and let's see what happens. So right now, Aaron Rodgers, as we speak, deciding, number 1, if he wants to play. Number 2, if he does, is it the Giants? Is it the Steelers? Is it the Vikings?
If it's me, you left out a 4th option. And that 4th option is just call it a career. It's okay. He'll be 42 towards the end of the season. Tom Brady is becoming the exception where guys think it's normal to play 40, 45. Like that's not necessarily normal. That is an absurdity. And he being Aaron Rodgers, already played an amazing career, right? He's been MVP several times over. He's a couple of Super Bowl appearances. He has a ring.
Only one Super Bowl.
I said he has a ring. It says Super Bowl appearances. And we consider him one of the best and one of the most talented. It's been underwhelming lately. And to use Rob's point of, you always talk about LeBron keep playing, it only hurts his legacy as far as, all these years. Well, I could apply that to Aaron Rodgers because it has just not been great for him the last handful of years. He hasn't been great, been a shell of himself, and that's okay. He's about to be 42. So there is a 4th option available, and I don't even mean this in a sarcastic way. You don't have to play. If he chooses to, he has his right to, but there is a 4th option, which is to say, hey, man, because he said he wants to win. Some of those options you mentioned don't look like winning options. He's already been coming off the Achilles, and he wasn't horrible last year if you just looked at touchdowns and interception. But if you look deeper into the numbers, he was bottom in completions. He was bottom in QBR. I just don't necessarily see why he has to keep doing this, right? The whole drama, where am I going to go, what am I going to do? We got to do this every year. It's our annual thing in the offseason. There is a 4th option, and that could be for him to call it a heck of a career, an amazing career, first ballot, you're about to get your yellow jacket in 5 years. That is an option, Rob, that he may want to seriously consider.
It's not, because teams need quarterbacks, and that's what you're not. It ain't about just Aaron Rodgers. It's about teams needing quarterbacks. If they had quarterbacks, you're right. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be viable for those 3 teams. There are 3 teams still looking for a quarterback. That's why that's why his conversation. They could have his. If there was no spot for him, it wouldn't even be his own decision if other teams had quarterback. The idea that a 41-year-old has 3 options is incredible to me, but that tells you the lack of quarterbacks viable. And if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you just say, we have this coach. We got a great offensive line. We can run the football. We have one of the best receivers in the game. Look at what we just did with Sam Darnold. We could protect Aaron Rodgers in that division. We don't want to give up 14-win season and what we accomplished last year. And J.J. McCarthy is still learning. And I would make the case in Minnesota, J.J., Aaron said his first 3 years, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. Okay? Mm-hmm. It ain't the end of the world if you sit here for 1 year or maybe 2. I'm just saying 1 year or maybe 2 and look at a Hall of Fame quarterback and watch him and see what he does and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's viable. I understand the Steelers are the same thing. Mike Tomlin needs to win a playoff game. He needs it desperately. 9 years? You heard Shannon Sharp go after Mike Tomlin the other day. Mm-hmm. It's nice. He can never lie to lose a season. Enough with that. Yeah. Enough with that. He needs a playoff win.
Which is sad because you would think you'd be saying he needs a Super Bowl win.
No. He needs
it's so bad. He just needs a playoff win.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then again, the Giants, once again, the coach, general manager, their jobs are on the line.
Right. No,
if they have another stinker, right? Because they don't have a quarterback. They had Daniel Jones, and they go with what's his name, DeVito. What's his Tommy?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If they go with him and they go 4-13, or dude, they're both out. So this is about preservation for coaches and looking at a situation. If I'm Minnesota, seriously, I'm saying to myself, look at the division. The Lions are in a flux. They lost their 2 coordinators. All this, right? The Bears are getting better. The Packers are there. We got a chance. We won 14 last year. We got a chance. We have all the other pieces in place. And that's what makes, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, despite having it look like you're doing the Brett Favre again, that's
a real thing.
But that is a real option for him because the offensive line is so good, because it's not just chase after the quarterback, because they can't run the ball. They can run the ball, and then you have a receiver who can get open downfield. I'm telling you, Minnesota makes sense.
Minnesota makes sense if you're just doing the paper. But here's the problem with that. I don't believe they're better. I don't believe he's going to have a better season than Sam Darnold, and they weren't better than the Lions, and I don't think they will be better than the Lions. I don't think they're better than the
one game difference.
Right, and I think it's going to be a step back with Aaron Rodgers. He is not Sam Darnold at this point.
My God.
He's not.
Really?
He's not. He's nowhere near as mobile at this point in his career.
But if you have an offensive line, that's the big part of it. That's why Sam Darnold was able to get off, and that's why they moved on from him. Mm-hmm. Kelvin, if it
I'm
was
not
about
saying Sam Darnold, Joe Montana.
No, but if it was about Sam Darnold, where they said, "Oh my God, look at what he did," he would be the quarterback.
But he doesn't have to be the quarterback. The quarterback is J.J. McCarthy. That's the point.
No,
J.J. McCarthy's the quarterback.
But they know it's not. You just gave up a quarterback that won 14 games and
for who? 35. For who? J.J. McCarthy.
No,
that's the point.
They
gave it up because it's the same guy they went up to draft, the same guy they believe in. This is their young guy.
No, they wouldn't be talking to Aaron Rodgers at all. Why would you talk to Aaron Rodgers then if J.J.'s your guy?
Where did Daniel Jones just leave to? I need a backup. I need somebody.
Aaron Rodgers ain't no backup.
And I can talk to somebody. I can have a conversation with him.
If he's playing, he ain't no backup.
Why do I want?
But 41-year-old backup.
Why do I want all the drama that comes with it? All of this. He's not going to be a great leader. I'm not trying to get J.J. Redick to be J.J. Redick. I'm not trying to have J.J. McCarthy.
You are mixing up basketball and football.
I'm not trying to have J.J. McCarthy be surrounded with all this, getting bad. This is how we do this. You got to do all this. And no, I don't want that. I want this to be, kid, the keys are yours. Here you go. You've got everything you just mentioned. You've got weapons. You've got great coaching. You've got great running. Let's do this. You are now the man. We sent away a dude that won 14 games for us that threw 35 touchdowns because we believe in you. I don't need everything that comes with Aaron Rodgers for a year. What is the point? Now, I will concede maybe the Steelers, because I don't know what they're doing, they should have kept Justin Fields. They chose not to. That's their
Justin Fields every day in practice.
And they have been bad making the quarterback decisions for a decade.
And the Bears were bad, too, when they got rid of him.
And the Bears have looked horrible offensively.
And they could have kept him if they believed in him.
There
have been too many people and too many eyes that looked at Justin Fields.
And that's the funny part.
That's the part I don't get.
So he was progressing. We still haven't seen the best of him, and giving him an opportunity.
opinion.
But it is. That's who I'm talking about.
For a younger guy.
And then you want to go to Aaron Rodgers.
Guy who they don't want. It doesn't make sense to me.
And you want it, but that's
the Steelers, he's sitting right there. And saying,
that's fine.
What are they saying?
And teams make mistakes every single day, Rob. And now you want to bring in Aaron Rodgers. That makes more sense for the Steelers because, to your point, which I agree with, Mike Tomlin and them are like, man, we got to win. What's the point? Want to go 9-8? Hey, we didn't go at least 500. So I get why they would want to consider, because they have no other choice. They don't want to bring back Russell Wilson, so he's gone. They gave up on Justin Fields. He's gone. They have no real choice but to get Aaron Rodgers. Minnesota, it doesn't make sense to me. You literally got rid of a guy who's only 27 who could have been productive, was productive for you, for JJ, and that's perfectly fine. He's your guy. You believe in him. Why am I going to go get Aaron Rodgers? All the chaos that comes with it. Nobody has time for that. I want to build around my young guy.
Funny,
and
3
give
teams
him,
are talking to him. You say nobody has time. This is just
and all of those teams, Giants disappointment, right?
What do you mean? Wait a minute. The Vikings won 14 games.
And because they want to move on to JJ.
No, but the idea that they're even having conversations, and this has been reported. This is not
No, they absolutely kick the tires. Okay. Why wouldn't you? But JJ is the guy.
My point is that there are 3 teams that look at him still viable because of where we are with quarterbacks. That's
I agree with that.
Saying.
I agree
That's
with that. I'm not even saying he's terrible. Like know I've kept it real with you.
No, I know, but it's not like there's a plethora of quarterbacks out there. It just tells you where teams are. And in the NFL, without a quarterback going into a season, your season's over.
I don't disagree.
Season's over. The Giants are desperate.
I literally don't know what they're going to do.
They're desperate.
They have to figure. It's literally him or Russell at this point. You have sat here, and I've kept it real and said Aaron wasn't as bad as people think.
No,
as far as
the Jets had a lot of issues,
but he also wasn't great. And I don't even think he doesn't have gas in the tank. I think there's a little bit of gas left in the tank. I just don't think he needs to drive the car at this point. What is he trying to prove?
He's not going to be a backup. Aaron Rodgers is not coming.
But so then he has to be a Giant to me or a Steeler, because if I'm the Vikings, I'm straight.
So you're saying 100% he will not be? Is that what you're saying?
That's where I don't want him if I'm the Vikings. I would pass. I have JJ's who I believe in. We're ready to go. Let's get the JJ McCarthy tenure. Here we go. That's me. So I'll pass on that.